Within every one of us lies a shadow, a hidden, often ignored part of ourselves that contains a wealth of emotions and thoughts we've repressed or avoided. This shadow is more than just an aspect of negativity. It holds the key to some of our most profound strengths, waiting for us to confront and understand it. Stoicism teaches us the courage to face our inner darkness, to see that what we fear within ourselves may, in fact, hold the potential for our greatest growth. Today, let's embark on a journey to understand the power of embracing our shadow self, an often overlooked aspect of our psyche that can lead us to deeper wisdom and a more authentic existence. The shadow, as it's known in psychology, is not merely a collection of flaws or undesirable traits. It is an essential part of who we are. By acknowledging it, we can unearth hidden potential, wisdom that resides within the very parts of us we've tried to hide. Marcus Aurelius, the great Stoic philosopher, once pointed out that the path to true wisdom and virtue requires us to accept and understand all aspects of our nature. This means embracing not just our strengths, but also the parts of ourselves that we'd rather suppress. Through this process, we don't just grow, we evolve into a more complete, authentic version of ourselves. Imagine your dark side as the rich, fertile soil from which your truest self can grow. Just as a plant requires both sunlight and the darkness of the earth to flourish, so too do we need to integrate all aspects of our being to fully thrive. This idea is not new in philosophy. Plato spoke about the importance of self-awareness in achieving wisdom, claiming that the journey toward understanding the world begins with understanding oneself. By acknowledging the parts of us we fear or dislike, we open the door to deeper wisdom and a more fulfilled life. Stoicism teaches us that self-mastery is not about eliminating our vices, but about developing a harmonious relationship with them. Seneca, a prominent Stoic philosopher, argued that true virtue comes not from the absence of flaws, but from the struggle against them. This ongoing battle doesn't weaken us. Rather, it strengthens and refines our character. The shadow parts of ourselves, the traits we view as negative, can, when properly understood and directed, become sources of strength. For instance, traits like assertiveness or ambition, when left unchecked, may appear as aggression or selfishness. But when balanced, these traits can be the very driving forces behind personal success and fulfillment. Aristotle discussed this idea through the concept of the golden mean, the balance between two extremes. For example, ambition can be a force for good when it is tempered with wisdom, but left unchecked, it can turn into selfishness. By examining our shadow traits, we can discover this balance and learn how to harness them productively. Embracing our shadow isn't just about accepting our darker sides, it's about using them as catalysts for transformation. Socrates famously said that an unexamined life is not worth living. By examining even the darkest parts of ourselves, we lead a fuller, more examined life. This process is integral to becoming not only a well-rounded individual, but a truly enlightened one. When we avoid or ignore the shadow, we limit our potential for growth and miss out on a deeper understanding of who we truly are. Our dark side can also serve as a guide, offering advice about our inner needs and desires. Stoicism, with its focus on understanding and mastering emotions, encourages us to reflect on our reactions to the world. Epictetus, another Stoic philosopher, believed that it's not the external events that disturb us, but our interpretations of them. Our dark emotions, anger, fear, jealousy, often point to unmet needs or unresolved issues in our lives. For example, anger might highlight where we feel our boundaries have been crossed, while jealousy might signal dissatisfaction with our own achievements or self-worth. Aristotle also understood the importance of facing our emotions, especially those we may consider negative. By examining these emotions and understanding their roots, we can find the golden mean, the balance between excess and deficiency that leads to moral virtue. When strong, dark emotions arise, they are an invitation to pause and listen to what they're trying to tell us. What do these feelings reveal about our boundaries, our desires, or our self-perceptions? What adjustments or changes are needed in our lives? By confronting and understanding our shadow, we embark on a journey of self-discovery that leads to a more fulfilled and purposeful life. It's not about embracing the darkness for its own sake, but about using it as a tool for personal growth, for understanding ourselves more deeply, and for becoming the fullest, most authentic version of who we are meant to be. Through this process, we unlock the true power of our shadow and transform it into a source of light. At times, life demands that we reassess our direction, not simply by reacting impulsively to our emotions, but by using them as a guiding force toward meaningful decisions and actions. Marcus Aurelius championed the value of introspection, urging us to examine our thoughts and emotions rather than be enslaved by them. In doing so, we transform our struggles into stepping stones, aligning ourselves with a greater sense of purpose. The darker aspects of our nature, the impulses we fear or suppress, are not merely obstacles, they are also advisors. They illuminate the areas of our lives that require attention, growth, and transformation. Acknowledging these aspects does not mean surrendering to them. Rather, it empowers us to refine them into strengths that serve our higher purpose. This journey reflects the wisdom of Socrates, who taught that an unexamined life is one left in darkness. To truly live, we must not only acknowledge our shadows, but integrate them into a more enlightened existence. The path to true authenticity requires embracing the full spectrum of who we are, including the parts we often shy away from. Stoic philosophy reminds us that self-acceptance is the foundation of wisdom and integrity. Marcus Aurelius emphasized that only through understanding ourselves fully, both light and shadow, can we align with our true nature. Carl Jung expanded on this idea through his concept of the shadow, the hidden aspects of our psyche. Rather than rejecting these traits, we should confront and harness them, unlocking profound potential. Consider traits like assertiveness or boldness. When left unchecked, they may seem aggressive or reckless, but when understood and channeled correctly, they become forces of leadership and innovation. This transformation is not about indulging negative impulses, but about mastering them, refining raw energy into constructive power. Seneca, another great Stoic thinker, argued that resilience is often born from our greatest struggles. By wrestling with our internal conflicts, we cultivate strength, wisdom, and balance. This process of self-discovery does not make us less, it makes us more. Each individual carries a unique shadow, and how we choose to engage with it shapes our destiny. Plato insisted that self-knowledge is the key to wisdom, and by embracing our darker sides, we unlock the deepest parts of our motivation and potential. Suppressing our shadow leads to inner turmoil, but integrating it fosters wholeness. It is natural to feel that our darker impulses sometimes fight against us, resisting our conscious values. This struggle is not a sign of weakness, but an invitation to growth. The Stoics teach that adversity is an opportunity, a forge through which character is strengthened. Marcus Aurelius himself faced trials and inner battles, yet he found clarity in seeing obstacles as the path to virtue. Jung echoed this sentiment, arguing that confronting our hidden self is not about destruction, but about transformation. The discomfort we feel in this process is proof that something powerful is at work within us. Your darkness is not your enemy, it is your teacher. The question is not whether you will face these internal battles, but how you will choose to navigate them. Will you resist and deny, or will you listen, learn, and rise stronger than before? The choice is yours, and within it lies the key to a life of wisdom, authenticity, and unshakable resilience. In life, we often face impulses and feelings that seem to divert us from our intended path. But as the great philosopher Epictetus wisely advised, we should not be swept away by these urges. Instead, we must view them as opportunities for self-reflection, questioning why these emotions arise and what they are responding to. By examining them, we can gain profound insights into our deeper needs and underlying fears, turning potential emotional obstacles into stepping stones for personal growth. This process of confronting the darker sides of ourselves can sometimes feel like an internal battle, where various parts of our psyche seem to clash. Seneca, another Stoic thinker, emphasize the importance of standing firm in the face of this internal discord. It's in these moments of struggle that true resilience and character are forged. We should not see these challenges as setbacks, but as essential moments in our journey toward mastering ourselves. Every encounter with our shadows is a chance to reinforce our values and practice the virtues we strive to embody, like wisdom, courage, and temperance. Aristotle, too, touched on the importance of facing personal challenges, asserting that virtues are developed through practice. Life's difficulties, including our internal conflicts, are key to this process. In practical terms, dealing with our darker tendencies means recognizing when they influence our actions and taking steps to address them constructively. This might involve techniques like mindfulness, where we observe our emotions without judgment, or cognitive reframing, where we challenge the assumptions behind our feelings. These practices help us maintain a balanced perspective, ensuring that our actions align with our greater life goals. Rather than avoiding the fight with our darker sides, we must embrace it. It's a crucial part of our journey towards self-discovery and improvement. Through this process, we strengthen our commitment to living virtuously. The Stoics, in their wisdom, understood that the path to self-mastery involves not only embracing our positive qualities, but also confronting and integrating the more challenging aspects of our nature. As we conclude today's discussion, remember that this isn't merely an abstract philosophical idea. It's a practical approach to living a more fulfilled and authentic life. The Stoic teachings emphasize the importance of self-awareness and control over our reactions, reminding us that our journey toward self-mastery is not just about controlling our emotions, but also understanding and transforming them. This journey is not easy, but it's deeply meaningful. It's through these challenges that we can tap into our full potential, leading to a more balanced, insightful life. Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and Epictetus all understood the complexities of human nature. They taught us that virtue is not the absence of vices, but the ongoing effort to overcome them. This effort requires patience, resilience, and a deep commitment to growth. Every encounter with our shadows is an opportunity for growth, not just a test of willpower. The Stoics believed that true wisdom comes from within, and that each personal challenge is a chance to demonstrate and cultivate our virtues. So, I encourage you to apply these insights to your daily life. Begin by observing your reactions, questioning your impulses, and gently exploring the darker corners of your psyche. Be patient with yourself, as this process may bring up challenging emotions, but remember, you're not alone in this journey. Just like the Stoics of old, we are all part of a shared pursuit of depth, authenticity, and personal growth. Thank you for being a part of this conversation. If these thoughts have sparked something in you, I'd love to hear your insights. And if you found value in this exploration of the human experience, don't forget to subscribe for more discussions on how to live a life of greater wisdom and self-mastery. Here's to embracing every part of ourselves and moving forward with more than just knowledge, moving forward with true wisdom.